Paradise Point. Nobody locked their doors in Paradise Point before the killing started. Now, deadbolts clicked like nightly prayers, 4 victims in 2 months, all found with the same strange mark carved into their palms. I didn't plan on staying that long. I was just passing through, a record store clerk, a drifter, someone who never stayed in one town long enough for my name to stick, but Paradise Point, it had a way of holding you. Like the ocean, calm at the surface, hungry underneath, the shop I worked at sat at the end of the boardwalk. Between an abandoned arcade and a motel called the Eagle's Nest. In summer, the town throbbed with noise. But by October, everything went quiet, even the sea sounded tired. That night started like any other. Rain on the horizon. Thunder somewhere behind the dunes. I was closing up when I saw him. A man across the boardwalk. Broad shoulders. Thick beard. Heavy eyes. He called himself Bane. We talked over the sound of rain starting to fall. He said he'd been staying at the motel. Looking for work. Odd jobs, but something about him felt broken. He showed me a photo. His daughter, blonde curls. Maybe 6 years old. He said she was gone. Didn't say how. Then, almost out of nowhere, he said, "They're not done yet, you know." I didn't know what he meant. Before I could ask, he smiled, a tired, crooked smile, and said, "Doesn't really matter." He turned, and walked into the rain. That was the last time I saw him alive. I found the photo again the next day. Buried in wet sand beneath the boardwalk, something else was there, too, a vinyl record sleeve, warped by the rain. The cover was black. Not painted, but alive. The title was almost gone. The band name. Blue Oyster Cult, the same name on one of Bane's old ticket stubs. I tucked the photo and album into my bag and started home. By the time I reached my street, the town was underwater. Neon lights flickered like dying fireflies, and there, at the window, Daisy, my one constant. She wagged so hard she slid across the floor when I came in. Her joy reminded me that I wasn't completely hollow. I lit some candles. The house creaked under the storm. Everything looked the same. My dad's photo still hung above the fireplace, 15 years gone, but somehow, he was still here. On the fridge, a drawing I'd made when I was 7, me with a sword, slaying a monster. I smiled. Maybe I'd been preparing for this my whole life. I set the photo of Bane's daughter on the kitchen table. I'd return it to him in the morning. Then I took the record out, that black smear. It was bigger now. Darker. When I tilted it under the light, it moved. Like ink alive under glass. I dropped the sleeve in the trash and slammed the lid shut. But the stain seemed to stare back. It felt like standing on the edge of something bottomless. I grabbed a drink. Cherry vodka. Maybe it would shut my brain up. The record player hummed faintly. I put the Blue Oyster Cult album on. The guitars ripped through the silence. I sat with Daisy, sipping, staring into candlelight. Then, a bark. She was staring at my father's door. I hadn't opened that room in years. But I did. Inside, stillness. His bed untouched. The smell of cedar. In the closet, a box of old concert tickets. Kiss. Wings. Pink Floyd. Blue Oyster Cult, 1975, and one stub at the bottom. The Rolling Stones, 2006. I remembered that night, sitting on my father's shoulders, the lights like stars. Then, the record skipped. The music twisted, slowed, a voice drowning in static. I shut it off. Switched to the Flamingos. I only have eyes for you. The harmonies filled the house. I sank into the couch. Daisy curled up beside me, and everything faded. I woke to a sound that didn't belong, not thunder. Not wind, a wet, dragging sound, something crawling. The house was dark. Power out. My phone, dead. Then, Daisy's scream, not a bark. A human scream. I ran to the kitchen. She was backed into the corner, fur bristling. Lightning flashed, and I saw it. The trash can was moving, something spilling from it, that same black ink, now thick and fibrous. it pulsed. It breathed. The sound it made, a hum of two wrong notes clashing, vibrating through my bones, it crawled toward me. I grabbed the vodka bottle, poured it over, lit a match, fire swallowed it whole, it screamed. The sound, like glass breaking inside my skull. When the fire died, the kitchen was a ruin, the slime trailed to the back door, through the cracks, outside, to the storm drain. It had escaped. I don't remember sleeping. Just the rain. And Daisy's heartbeat pressed against me. Morning came gray. Cold, I had to find Bane. The eagle's nest was empty. The woman at the desk barely moved. I showed her the photo. She didn't look up. No. Haven't seen him. But the logbook had no entries. Bane was never there. I stepped outside. Daisy pacing beside me. The wind smelled of salt and metal. I knew where to go. Under the boardwalk. The beach was empty. The storm had gutted everything. We went down the steps. The air was colder there. Thick, heavy, wrong. In the sand, a trail, a black scar, splintered like veins. The same pattern from my kitchen. Daisy pressed against my leg, shaking. I whispered, "It's okay." But it wasn't. It was spreading. We reached the pier. Beneath it, the light vanished. Only the ocean glowed faintly. To the left, pure black. Daisy growled. Then lunged. Her leash slipped from my hand. I ran after her, through ankle-deep water. Then silence. Her barks, gone. A shape moved in the dark. I braced, and she tackled me, licking my face. Relief. For a second, then I saw what she dropped. A backpack. Bane's. Empty. The sand beneath the pier was crawling, black threads weaving through it. And then I saw him, laid across the rocks. At first, I thought it was driftwood. Then light hit his head, bald. Broad-shouldered. Bane, or what was left of him. His skin was gone. Peeled away, his chest hollow. Ribs wrapped in black vines, his mouth, open in a silent scream, eyes, gone, two black tunnels staring back. I staggered backward. Something moved, from his ribs, a twitch, then a voice. Doesn't really matter. It came from inside him. The veins around his mouth pulsed, breathing. Daisy barked. Then stopped. I turned. She was still, eyes wide. Reflecting that same black sheen, her mouth opened, and the sound wasn't hers, it was music. The faint, broken chorus of "I only have eyes for you." The same record, the same song, it echoed under the pier, blending with the waves, the hum of something ancient waking beneath the sand. I tried to run, but the ground pulsed, the black veins wrapped around my legs. My arms. My throat. I screamed her name, Daisy. But she just stared, and as the ocean swallowed the first light of dawn, I understood, it had never wanted Bane. It wanted a vessel, and I had brought it home.